Welcome back to the 77 podcast show. The Blazers win. The losing streak is over. It is done. The Blazers take care of the Knicks in the Garden, 132-129. Josh Hart, 19 rebounds. Jerami Grant, 28 free throws, 44 points, a career high. Nurk, 7 assists, high. Chauncey Billups went to the three-man rotation like a playoff game. Sharp, Little, and Watford off the bench. Eubanks was not in the game. He was in street clothes. Dame was in street clothes. So Watford was our big man off the bench. And we took one in the Madison Square Garden, and we head off to the Brooklyn Nets on Sunday afternoon. Let's get to Bo Deezy and talk about the game. What did you think about tonight's game, and what did you see different since the last 4 losses?
There was almost a sense of playoff desperation in this game. I'm sure both teams really wanted this game. The Blazers just seemed to want it more.
Yeah, I felt that too. I felt they had a good pace. My only issue was Nurk kind of getting lost in the zone defense a couple times. He seemed not to know how to play zone defense, and I think there was 10 points scored off of that. But other than that, our man Josh Hart, 19 rebounds.
Amazing.
And both broadcasters were amazed at Josh Hart's rebounding skills on both sides. So that came in, and Ant kind of started off slow, but then blew it up and got more comfortable. The trend, and this is why I watched the Knicks broadcast. Wally Zerbiak knew, because he played with Billups, that Watford was going to come in and kind of control the ball. What do you think about Watford controlling the ball?
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting him coming second one off the bench tonight. Different looks. We've talked about this before, that Chauncey's going to throw different offensive, different defensive looks at the other team. He did it tonight too. He did a lot of his own defense. So I think that's a coaching move of Chauncey that we've seen over and over, is these small little minor changes that the other team isn't quite expecting, just to get them off guard a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to go with what Stick said last show is I kind of like a backup point guard in that position. I'm glad Sticks came on and pointed that out, because I don't like Watford or Justice bringing up the ball. It seems like it's just kind of wasting some time to get a play set up that's not really happening for the ball handler.
Yeah, and again, that might be something that has to be done while the true point guards that we have are currently sitting on the bench.
Correct. I keep forgetting about GP2 and Johnson not playing. Can't wait to get.
I was referring to Keon Johnson as my second backup point guard.
Nice, Keon Johnson.
I'm ready to see him again. It would be nice to see some ball stability.
Yeah, he's good. He was good with the Clippers, and that's why Cronin went after him. He wanted him in that deal. So Grant got back on track. Nurk had a season high 7 assists tonight. So he was moving the ball, looked a lot better. And I'm going to take some back. You get mad at Nurk, but he wants to have fun. He's smiling. He's laughing. He's having a good time. You and I played basketball together. I try to make people laugh. You try to make people laugh. Not be so serious.
Yeah, a little different circumstances playing recreationally against your buddies and doing what Nurk does. Now, we also come from a different era than it is today as far as sportsmanship and how you handle yourself on the court. To agree with you, a little too much teeth for my liking.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I made that lay in. Yeah, all right. And you and I have played with international players in those rec leagues, and they have that happy-go-lucky demeanor. So
we did, and I found from experience it's easier to hack a foreign player than it is to hack a domestic player.
That's true. That is true. Oh,
I didn't even see him. I didn't
do it. Okay, we're going to talk about the Knicks for a little bit. I lived in New York. So whatever city I'm in, I root for that home team, and New York has 2, and I picked the Knicks to root for. I used to work at the Empire State Building, so I looked down on the Garden. Harkenstein is out of Eugene, and I don't know if you watched the broadcast, but who's his favorite Blazer? Because the Blazers turned him on.
I liked Isaiah when he was with the Clippers for a short time. I thought that was a great move by the Knicks to pick him up. And you also know that I am I follow the Knicks. They are my East Coast Blazers. Those are my two teams that I definitely focus my energies on. So, to answer your question, Isaiah Hartenstein's favorite Blazer growing up was probably a point guard, I'm guessing.
One of the Blazers' best, number 7, right there
Number
in the
7,
background.
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, me Roy.
I always find that the big men's favorite players coming up are small men and vice versa.
B. Roy was fun to watch. Yeah, that's good. Watch. I didn't know his dad played it in Oregon and University of Oregon and went on to play in Germany. And it's he loved watching the Blazers as I did as a kid.
You know, I love watching the Knicks mostly because it's the first game that comes on when they're at home. It's a 4 or 4:30 game, so it's very easy for me to cut my day short, whatever I'm doing, and turn on the Knick game. That's one reason I enjoy them, and I've been following them for a long time. Tonight was a fun game for me personally, and just back and forth, just a fun game to watch, just a holiday treat.
I thank God they had on the right uniforms, the red. The Knicks went with their black and orange, so the color schemes were right for me. It was not off.
What will be your first thought after seeing the City Edition for 4-5 games in a row? What will be your thought if you see them Sunday at Brooklyn?
Ooh, if I see the City Editions, I'm listening to it on the radio. Shaden Sharp, what are we seeing here? What are we seeing from Shaden Sharp now?
We're seeing nothing at all from Shaden Sharp. We're seeing a couple games where he gets in for a few minutes and there's a couple nice jump shots. He hides in the corner and then that's the end of his run. You have to figure that during this road trip, this holiday road trip, with his minutes dwindling a little bit, rookie, first time out on the road, you have to believe that this is a deliberate move by Chauncey. Even though it looks like they could have used them tonight, it looks like with the missing bodies, it's a little concerning. But again, it's a rookie, and we got excited early with him. And at some point, I guess you do have to pull in the reins. A couple of games ago, we were calling for him to start.
Yeah.
So definitely been an up and down with him.
Now I'll bring up Sticks again because I didn't even realize he noticed that maybe they're not running plays for Sharp. Because he just does kind of stand in the corner, and maybe he knows, like, okay, I stand over here, and if I can make something happen, I'll make something happen, and watch it go. So Chauncey's not getting him involved as far as running plays. So we'll see how that works out in Brooklyn and what happens when he gets back to Portland. Are we going to see Hack of Ben Simmons tomorrow?
I don't know if we're going to get into a situation like it. I wasn't crazy about it the first time. You know, some people love the move. I know C Dizzy was a fan of the move. I myself don't really like to see that. As a fan, I don't want to see a guy shooting free throws.
No, and he's been playing well. He's been playing well the last couple games. So we'll see what the strategy is in Brooklyn. So we'll see you tomorrow at 11. All right, Bo Dizzy, I think this wraps it up for tonight's win. No carpet jerseys. City jerseys are gone. Go Blazers. This is Coach Billups talking about the win on the road in the Garden.
Chauncey, what do you think of, first off, Jerami's game tonight? Obviously, gave you guys a whole lot of what you needed.
I am really disappointed in Jerami. I'm really disappointed. He had a chance to get 50 in the Garden, and he missed all those free throws. But no, I teased him, obviously, afterwards. But, I mean, we just hopped on his back, man. You know, he and Ant, they really had it going. But Jerami the whole night was aggressive. Only thing I was worried about was his foul trouble. You know, he and Josh got in foul trouble in the first half a little bit, but we knew that it would be a physical game. That's just the way that they play. That's the way that they make you play. We made a concerted effort to, like, don't match their intensity, exceed it. It's the only chance you're going to have. And our guys did that. I mean, shoot, you look at Josh Hart, who was in foul trouble most of the night, but goes and gets 19 rebounds. Justice gets 11. Like, we knew that we had to pound the glass.
You guys got into the bonus early in the second quarter, and it seemed like you really able to take advantage of that. I think you guys, Jeremy set a franchise record for free throw attempts in May. So it seems like you guys are really able to take advantage of that at that time.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to be aggressive in attack, you know, and anytime we can get in the bonus, especially on the road, it's advantageous for us because you can stop runs. You know, you attack, you can get on the free throw line. You know, it's tough to make runs when you know, you're taking it out from the free throw. So we did a really good job of controlling the tempo with that.
And from this game as well, particularly in the fourth quarter, really seemed like he carried you guys through.
Yeah, he did. Ant really got going. You know, I knew that he was tired there for a minute. I had to play these guys so many minutes, you know, to do whatever we could to try to get the win, you know, try to stop the bleeding, you know, from the losing streak. So Ant really got going. He started to see something he liked in the pick and rolls. We just kept him aggressive in it.
You talked a lot last year about getting Anthony reps with Dame out. You know, obviously with Dame out again today, that play at the end of regulation, getting into the lane, drawing a foul, getting those foul shots. Was that sort of an example of the kind of thing that he was able to be in those situations last year?
You know, that's exactly, you know, the shining star from our season last year was Ant growing up, you know, and he was in that situation several times last year. Obviously, we played with a lot of young guys. He didn't have these type of weapons around him, but those are the moments that made him comfortable tonight. Put the ball in his hands and say, listen, we'll clear it out, go make a play. Go make a play. And he did so, you know, made those big free throws.
Chauncey, tonight, I mean, obviously Jerami had a great game, but big picture, what has Jerami Grant brought to this team this year for you guys? You know, as you guys have gotten off to a pretty good start so far.
Yeah, Jerami's brought us something that we just didn't have, you know, on both ends of the floor. He takes most of the tough matchups every night, you know, uses his defensive, his length and his IQ defensively to propel us a lot of times. And then on the other end, you know, he can have a night like tonight where he's your number one guy, and then he can sometimes be your third guy, you know, and still have 25 doing that. Knocks down shots for us. He makes those athletic plays at the basket for us, you know. So he's just a basketball player, and he's playing amazing. He's changed our team.
Anything about him that's maybe surprised you or something you didn't expect from him as a coach, maybe off the court?
Off the court, he just has this very infectious personality. You know, he's smiling all the time. You know, he's just this really kind spirited dude that you know, he's always positive. No matter if we won or lost, you know, his demeanor never changes. And I think that he's quickly become one of the leaders of our group. We good? All right.
We're going to the locker room. You guys.
Here's some Jerami Grant highlights of his 44 points in Madison Square Garden.
The handoff to Simons, out on top to Nurk. Ball needs to pop tonight. Grant, long strides in, finger roll lefty, up and in. Beautiful move. Here's Grant with it, coming off the screen. He is bottled up, double teamed, leans back, adjusts, and
able to run. That's when they're at their best. They want to get up and down. Oh, okay.
Challenged by Brunson. Off to Grant, has a step on the big Nurkic. Swings it off here to Grant, measures for three, lined it up beautifully, nothing but core.
His dad, Rick, was talking to him about what he wants to see more here in the second half. Good pass, Nurk.
Off it comes to Grant, who has the high.
His team.
Grant backs down, whirls, straightens, fires, and hits.
He's got to be ready to try to move the feet a little bit better.
Grant had a notion, now he'll fling the three, and he got it. Oh, baby. What a...
Fortunate on that one.
Grant, strong left hand, slithers in and sneaks one up and in between defenders. We've seen him do it before in Los Angeles against the Lakers. Get in between defenders and leverage his body in there. Knifes in, lays it home. Blazers by 3 and a timeout from the Garden with 1:15 left in the fourth quarter play. He's hit another big shot.
All right, that's our show for tonight. We'll see you Sunday afternoon as the Portland Trailblazers take on the Brooklyn Nets.